My good buddy Steve over at Tronics Fix gave me this container full of Switch Joy-Cons. My hope is that just by cleaning, I can get some of these to work. So let's get on it. All right, it looks like we've got a bunch of loose pieces in here as well. So let's set the complete Joy-Cons aside here. And then we can put the rest of the pieces aside for later. And I'll go ahead and test these ones off camera. So here we have our results. I put a green sticker on all of the Joy-Cons that worked. I couldn't find any issues. You can see 6 left, 2 right. I do love this Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword Edition one right here. Then we have the Joy-Cons that didn't work at all. We have 6 of them. Couldn't get any response out of those. And then I have 8 more down here, 6 right and 2 left, that did work, but there was something that was wrong. 5 cases of drift, a few buttons that didn't work, and one of them that was just really sticky. So I'm hoping that one, just by cleaning, gets me some good stuff. All right. Now we're just going to take these 2 right here, disassemble them completely on camera for you so you can see what that looks like. And then we'll get all of these disassembled, mostly off camera for you, and clean it up. This cable just pulls straight out. There's no gate or lock or anything. I'm gonna wiggle that back and forth, being careful to grab the white top. Just put something to pry under the battery to get the sticky part up. The cable on this battery just pops right out if you pull on it. Wiggle these back and forth. There's some double-sided sticky tape on the bottom of these rumble packs. I always feel like I'm gonna break these, but if you just get your thumbnail underneath these, they should pop out. There's a couple that I'm going to leave in. There's no need for me to take those ribbon cables out. I want to make sure that that gate is tripped before we pull that cable out. Now, as long as we got the gates on those 2 cables, we should be able to lift the motherboard. And that's just stuck down there with a little bit of adhesive, so we can pull that up. And the same with this, we just put something underneath there. It's stuck a little bit with some adhesive, but it pops out. I'm gonna leave this on. It's actually glued on where those square tabs are. There's no need for me to take that off. I'll go ahead and race through this second one. There are a few differences, but for the most part it's the same. I'll slow down a little bit when I do anything that's different from the other side. Again, I'm going to leave those 2 cables on there. Make sure to trip the gates on these other ones. And there we go. Using hot water, my Dawn dish detergent, and a good stirring tool. This is going to take a while, so for your sake, I'm going to speed it up. Even at this incredible 15 times speed, it is going to take a little while. And there we go. We had one of these little pieces come off. Normally I would pick each of these buttons up and clean them really carefully with a brush. That just sounds like a nightmare right now with as many hundreds of pieces are in here. So we're going to try to just treat it like a clothes washing tub, stir it up a bunch. We'll see how they come out at the end. I do want to clean the contacts on these rails right here, as well as a few other things where I can see grossness or buildup. On the inside of these rails, where it connects to the switch. I'll clean these buttons off where I put a sticker down to mark a board that was a good board. Okay, so any of these Joycons can have drift, and this isn't a guaranteed fix using BW100 inside of here. There's another issue that commonly needs to be fixed, just having to do with how much pressure is being put down on the sensor. But I'm not going to be doing any of that. I'm trying a clean only here. So I will take all of these thumbsticks and clean them with BW100 just to make sure that that isn't causing any of the drift issues that I was having. Here we have all of our buttons, and as I took a closer look after drying them all off, I could see that some of them still had a little bit of gross residue, a little bit of finger cheese kind of stuck down on the inside there. So I'm gonna do a little bit of after wash scrubbing to try to get those nice and clean. And I'm finding that this works a lot better than trying to hold them with my fingers while I do that. So we'll speed it up for you because there's going to be a lot of footage in this video. And I'm pretty sure most people at least don't want to watch all of it. Here is the cases after we are done. Now, taking into account everything that I have cleaned, all the parts, all the pieces, what good joysticks I have left, this is how many I have to work with. I do like that front for what is an Animal Crossing unique controller, but I didn't have the back for it. Well, I did, but it was broken, so we're going to put a blue one on the back of that. Here are all the pieces I have cleaned. Everything here came out of that bin that you saw at the beginning of the video. I just have it sorted, cleaned, and organized. And now we are going to get to work putting them together. I filmed all of this, hoping that I could capture some fast speed video of me reassembling all of these Joycons. So I have this footage and the footage of me doing the same thing with the other 8. right side Joy-Cons. I have put a ton of time into both filming and editing this and trying to make it watchable, and I did the same for the right side Joy-Cons, but I'm probably not going to include that footage in this video because I thought 10 minutes of watching fast speed assembly may not be the best idea for this video. However, if you want me to make a 3.5 hour long video of no music, no talking, just the sound of reassembling these things uncut, I would be happy to do that. So let me know in the comments. All right, we are done putting these together. We had one case that refused to get put back together. We're going to test them out, find out what's working, what isn't. I'm just setting the ones that don't work or have some issue of any kind off screen. And we're going to keep in view here the things that are working perfectly. I'm just hoping I have more than 6. There we go. I have at least 8. Okay. Looks like we have 10 Joy-Cons instead of 6. I think I'll call that a job well done. I have disassembled these things, cleaned them, put them back together, tested them. Some of them work more than I started with, so that's good, I guess. I want to take that next step and take them all apart again and try to diagnose and figure out what went wrong. And at some point I may get to that. Ultimately, when it comes down to it, I've put a lot of time into this project and I'm ready to move on. For now, I'm considering using some of this footage for an experiment. So if you would like to see me make a 3.5 hour long ASMR video with no talking, no music, and just the clickety-clack sounds of me reassembling all of these, let me know in the comments. I think we can make that happen. Also, if you enjoyed watching me do this project, you'll probably enjoy watching me do whatever the next project is that YouTube recommends you watch from my channel. So go ahead and click on that link and enjoy another one.